but debris like this continues to fall all over the roadway. The sun's actually trying to come through as it sets, which is a nice change of pace from what we were experiencing this morning. You may be able to see the Elk River behind me, and last hour we showed you those water lines on those trees. You can see that cars are still coming through here in the election center, and what's happening here is they're able to drive through and drop their voting machines off, drop their ballots off, and these volunteers are literally grabbing them out of the cars and bringing them over to the volunteers who are working. In case of an emergency, you'll need to make sure your car is in proper working condition too. That includes checking those tires to make sure there's enough air on the inside and tread on the outside. First responders say it's the older generation that's picking up a phone book in a true emergency instead of picking up a phone to dial 911. Shelling out hundreds of dollars for prom dresses simply isn't in the cards for many families. But the Cinderella Project is helping every girl go to prom, selling dresses like these for only $5. The emerald ash borer will start by drilling through the tree in spots like this, and within months, that damage can deteriorate the tree completely. I just wanted to give you guys an update as to what's going on with the trial as we're on the lunch break, just to kind of give you a rundown of what we've been hearing so far from inside the courtroom, from the state, from the defense, and from a few witnesses as well. These houses will be fully furnished, making sure they're move-in ready for the families who receive them the day they're delivered. According to the director of the West Virginia National Cemetery, there are some people who have no boundaries for where they're willing to go to catch the latest Pokemon. The rescue squad also uses items like these rehab chairs filled with ice or water, which allows first responders or patients to cool off quickly. This is the hail that people walked outside to last night and this morning in Grafton, and they say when they saw it, it left them in shock. Well, I think this is what they call a homecoming miracle. We've had these dark clouds following us all day in Fairmont, but somehow the rain has held off and the parade is about to start in just a few minutes. And someone just showed me on their phone, it feels like 109 degrees, but it's not keeping the people away. Well, Don, that line is slowly forming. Some people tell me they've been camped out in chairs in that line since 2:30, but Kohl's employees tell me they're ready to take on those Black Friday and Thanksgiving Thursday shoppers.
People across our area continue to show support for their local law enforcement.
And Melissa Murray shows us how religious leaders in Marion County are saying thank you.
They need our prayers now. Not tomorrow, not the next day, not next month, but now.
Candace Newsom felt a calling to openly thank law enforcement officers who protect her every day.
Their lives are at stake. They get up every morning and they don't know if they're going to come home.
Amid violence against law enforcement across the country, she thought prayer was the answer. On Tuesday, local pastors prayed over members of the Fairmont Police and Marion County Sheriff's Departments to show their support.
There are people that don't like authority, and we get that, and that's just the way the world is right now. But the good thing is to have people here to be praying for us, to maybe soften other people's hearts, that we're not the bad guys, we're the good guys.
Carpenter says a hand on his shoulder speaks volumes.
I don't even know half these people, but they're still willing to come and pray for peace on us and peace in our communities, and I think that's very important.
It wasn't about politics, race, or even beliefs. It was about standing together as one.
We're to love each other. You know, we might have a different color on the outside, but inside we still have red blood, and we still have souls, and we're the same.
Carpenter says he was called to serve, and he will continue to do just that.
The Bible says we will overcome the evil with good, and that's what we're going to do. And we're not slowing down, we're not going backward. We're going to keep moving forward.
Reporting in Fairmont, I'm Melissa Murray for 12 News.
Continuing coverage now of the storm damage in our area. Grafton residents, the ones who were hit the hardest. Melissa Murray spoke with some of them today. Melissa, what did they tell you?
Well, I know Jason just mentioned that some of this hail was the largest he's ever heard of. This is the hail that people walked outside to last night and this morning in Grafton, and they say when they saw it, it left them in shock.
It looks like something off of, Twister, the movie.
James Watkins is quite literally picking up the pieces.
You don't expect it to happen here, but when it does, you're just kind of in shock and awe.
Thursday night's hailstorm damaged almost every car on Maple Avenue in Grafton, including his. Just blocks away, Grafton High School is operating normally, but it didn't go untouched.
Our auditorium was damaged, our gymnasiums were damaged, our greenhouse was damaged. We have a significant number of windows in the facility damaged. Every skylight that we have was broken.
The Taylor County Sheriff's Department is now dealing with a fleet of damaged cruisers.
8 of my vehicles were damaged last night. 5 have glass that have to be replaced in them.
Toothman Ford now has damaged cars on its lot, with only a handful spared from the storm. Sheriff Terring Skinner says insurance companies are setting up task forces to deal with the high volume of calls about cars and homes. For Grafton residents, the storm and its aftermath are something they say they've never seen before.
I think it's probably, from what I've heard from different people in the area here, the worst storm that they can ever recall in their lives.
I've never seen a hailstorm this bad. I've seen hail damage before, but I've never seen anything like this in all my life.
But through it all, neighbors band together, hoping to find a sense of normalcy in the near future. Now, you can find pictures and videos of hail this size that happened to fall in Grafton last night on our website, wvalways.com. Reporting live in Grafton, I'm Melissa Murray for 12 News.